Hey everyone, Jen O'Sullivan here. I'm going to share with you the brand new 2.0 compensation enhancements. Okay, so they're calling it the Comp Plan 2.0. It really is a compensation plan enhancement. So those of you who are brand partners with LifeWave or you're thinking about being a brand partner with LifeWave, I'm going to share with you some very compelling reasons why I think you should do the business side of LifeWave, or better yet, start over. Make this your reset. This month is the perfect month for you to take a look at everything, get excited about what's coming in July, and get moving now. Okay, so we're really excited about this. My team has been just the momentum and the energy has been incredible. And so it's exciting when you can see something change that is amazing, right? Most of the time we deal with change and we're like, oh, this is terrible. This is quite phenomenal. Okay, so we're gonna just dive right in. And I hope you can sense my excitement for this. So let's go. So this is brand partner education. I'm going to be sharing with you some of the basics. We're going to go as fast as we can, but also explain it as well as I can. Okay, so why should you work with LifeWave? There are no copycat products with LifeWave. We only have fully patented products and technology, so this is a big deal. LifeWave has an impressive 3,000% growth rate since the launch of X39. We've been in business for over 20 years, so our 3,000% growth rate was just this one product 6 years ago. LifeWave is the fastest growing direct sales company in the world 2 years in a row. We use social sharing through your network. So it's like network marketing, but we are a professional direct sales company. Our comp plan is a hybrid plan with a very simple and easy to understand building strategy. You only work with two teams. Your pay is based on volume rather than structure. It's a big change that's so exciting. We have very easy onboarding for both customers and BPs, those are brand partners. And the LifeWave opportunity is really an earn while you learn opportunity with turnkey systems. So what's exciting is we now are getting paid 9 different ways. Used to be four. The retail and preferred customer profit, we're going to go through each one of these, so don't worry, I'm going to breeze through them quick, but then we're going to detail in a little bit more. Retail and preferred customer profit is the same. Customer premiums on qualifying volume is different. That's new. Product introductory bonuses stay the same. Level earning bonus is totally new and exciting. This is why it's now a hybrid. The binary bonus has changed, but you're going to see it's actually going to be a little easier for you to understand. The mentor matching bonus is one of the most mind-blowing things they've added to this, so we're going to get into that one last. The business launch bonus is so great. This is going to help your people earn right away faster and have this excellent 9-week fast start bonus, which is called the business launch bonus. And then there's a breakthrough incentive bonus, which you guys are going to love. And then the quarterly leadership pool is still in place. So that was always there. We technically have a ninth way to get paid, which is our all-inclusive incentive trips. I've been in this industry for 32 years, 7 different companies. This company really does it well for us. When you earn when you earn your trip that you work hard for, it's not a business trip. It's not like you go and you have to do all these business meetings and trainings. It's a fully all-inclusive, fully paid for like retreat. It's amazing. It's a vacation. So I'm going to put that as number 10, but technically, and you get paid for it's a payment. Okay, so you guys ready to go into each one so that we can kind of understand them? Retail profit, you know this. This is you earn when people purchase at retail, preferred customer, or PC Plus. There's your example. You guys, this is the same. So that's a good thing. Number 2, though, they're changing it now that the volume is no longer truncated. You actually get full volume on your PC and retail customers, which is amazing. But you're going to now get a percentage based on how much of that customer volume you have, qualifying volume. And that's basically like if I had in a rolling 31-day period, if I had 300 QV, which would be those orders, the customer orders, not brand partners and not your own, you would get 5% on top of the retail profit. So you're getting a percentage on top of. And so if you see that your PV area is above 1,200, you're going to get 20% on that, right? So it's 5, 10, or 20 based on how much you've got in there. So it's actually really great because now you're getting paid twice basically on your customer volume. Okay, number 3 stays the same, product introductory bonuses. You're going to see there's an advanced plus kit that's coming, a new, that middle package that is around the $975 price point. That's coming back. That was the old platinum package. Now it's going to be called advanced plus. That's going to be introduced to us all in August. So just know that's coming a little bit later, but we want to train on it as well so you can see the different things there. Number 4 is where this is now becoming a hybrid. So we are a binary. You still only work with 2 teams, but you're going to earn a level earnings bonus on your first 3 levels. So your first level will be the people you personally enroll, your second level are the people they personally enroll, and the third level would be the people they enroll. So it's kind of like your babies, your grandbabies, and your great grandbabies. And you get paid on every single order, a percentage. And it's based on your rank. So the higher your rank, the more percentages you get and the deeper you get. But it's phenomenal. Okay, this is so great because now you're getting also binary pay, but the level earnings pay. So let's talk about this binary bonus. This is number 5. No longer will we be doing cycle bonuses, and that was very confusing for a lot of people, and you had to kind of work to make sure it was a 2-to-1 ratio, and it got confusing, and sometimes you just miss it by a couple points. Now, what they're doing is you're allowed to earn up to 10% on your weaker leg. That's called your profit leg, as long as that leg has a minimum of only 300 BV, right? So that's great. That's easy. But you're going to earn different percentages as you are a higher rank. So manager, director, we're going to get into these ranks in just a minute so you understand what these all are. But you're going to earn the different percentages at different ranks. So I just want you to understand that something to consider here is really interesting. Let's say you have a big, huge upline leg, like somebody has poured into you and you have points that aren't your personal people. They're just people from above you, but it has become this massive volume. And you might think, well, then I would never earn on that anymore. Well, actually you could. If you personally enrolled or had somebody in your downline personally enroll a team that got really big and technically your weaker leg at the time became your profit leg, and the weaker leg became your bigger leg, and the weaker leg is now what's considered like spillover, or some people call it like a blessing leg. If that became your weaker leg, that's what you earned the 10% on, which could be massive. It's, really quite fascinating. Again, any weaker leg can, go back and forth week to week. It just depends on how you've built. Okay. Number 6, we're going to get into this a little bit later, but this is where you're going to earn on up to 6 generations of 1-star directors and above, up to $20,000 per brand partner. And you start earning this when you're a 1-star director. But I didn't put this in the slide, but I need you to hear me, and we're going to talk a little bit about this later, but this is with compression, okay? So hold that thought because I want to keep moving forward, but this is the most phenomenal one out of all of them, and we're going to get into it in just a minute. Okay, number 7 is the business launch bonus. Now, this is exciting. We want you to understand that you're going to get paid for the first 9 weeks from when you enroll. So let's say you enroll as a brand partner today. Again, this all starts in July, but if you enroll today, you would, as a new brand partner, you would get into this 9-week launch where you get eligible to earn an extra $25 to $50 just bonus for your rank. Plus your enroller can get some money as well. Plus you're going to get all these other bonuses. So the business launch bonus is actually really fun, and we're excited to get you all started on that, whoever joins as a brand partner in July. Okay, so that's number 7, and we've got some great onboarding for this as well. Number 8 is the breakthrough incentive bonus. I love that they did this. You're going to earn a bonus for each new main rank. So you can see here, I didn't put manager because you don't get a bonus for getting into manager, but once you go from manager to director, you get a $500 bonus from 1-star. When you break through from director into executive, you're going to get $5,000. From executive to presidential, it's $50,000, and then 75 and 100 on those 3 ranks. You're going to see the ranks in just a minute. So hold your horses, I know. Number nine, leadership pool stays the same. It's for the top tier leaders, one-star presidential and above. They can earn up to 5 shares per week from the total quarterly leadership pool. Okay, so let's talk about ranks for a minute here. We know all the ranks now. They've stayed sort of the same but changed, right? So there's no more senior director, executive director, presidential, like there's none of that. Now it's brand partner and active brand partner. So you're either a brand partner that's not active. You know who those people are. They're not ordering, they're not doing anything. An active brand partner is somebody who's ordering monthly. That still, to me, is not an active brand partner. I'm making a monthly order, but I'm not doing the business. When you get to one-star manager, that means you've actually done some work. You've actually signed people up. And now there's three mini ranks within the manager rank. So there's a 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star. Then that BIB, that breakthrough incentive bonus, would be if you went from 3-star manager to 1-star director, that's a breakthrough. You broke through from manager, all the little 3-star, 3 stars into director. And then director has 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. So you can see each one of these has a like three ranks within four main ranks. Okay, so there's manager, director, executive, and presidential. There's no more senior presidential. It's just 1-star, 2-star, or 3-star. So it's like a 1-star presidential, 3-star, 2-star presidential, and the very tippy top rank is 3-star presidential. Okay, so those are harder ranks to get anyways, but that's why you get a breakthrough incentive on those as well. All right, so would you like to learn the success pathways? This is where it gets super fun. So part of the beauty of understanding success pathways, how this works, is the company will put out a lot of graphs and a lot of charts. And so for me, I wanted to consolidate, distill it down so that it's the easiest form. So right now you're going to be looking at manager and director. And you can see that manager and director require a personal volume of 110 if you're in a manager or director. But look at the next line there. That's the qualified downline volume. That is what is the GVU right now. So if you went into your back office under commissions and then volumes, and then you looked at the GVU, which is on the far right, that is your group volume unilevel. The QDV will be taking over that spot, but this is where your full volume is for your people and all of the things that you have worked on, not upline volume, but your volume. So just to hit 1-star manager, you need 750. And you will make a level earnings bonus there of 5%. Okay, even an active brand partner can make a sale and get a level earnings bonus at 3%, but that jumps up to 5% when you are at a 1-star manager. And then you can see when you hit 2-star manager, it's just volume. So remember before we had to have 2 on the right and 2 on the left that were active brand partners? You no longer need that. Structure has been taken out. Now it's so much easier because you just need to look at your volume. And right now you can go into your back office and look up your GVU and see what it's at. That's the number, 750, 1500, 2500. Okay. When it starts to, the company wants you to start looking at making sure that you're building evenly and sustainably. It starts at 3-star manager. It's not that they have to be a certain rank, it's just volume based. So now you want to have a volume leg, one personally enrolled line of sponsorship. So I want to be very clear here because people get confused with this. When the company talks about legs, they really mean lines of sponsorship. I've heard them talk interchangeably between the word line and leg. It's confusing for us in the field because the term leg for us is always referred to as our right team or our left team. My right leg or my left leg, my profit leg or my power leg, right? We're using our two teams with the word leg. So when you hear on, say, Super Saturday, them talking about legs that you need, and you're going to hear them often say you need now 3 legs, and your brain is going to say, wait a minute, it's a binary. Isn't it just 2? It's 2 teams with 3 lines of sponsorship. Okay, so I'm just helping you understand the verbiage here. So it's really lines of sponsorship. So whenever you hear the term leg, think lines of sponsorship. That means you personally have enrolled somebody that maybe has enrolled somebody that's blowing up. That's a line. Or maybe the person you enrolled is blowing up. They're actually doing the business. That could be another line. You need technically 3. And we'll get into that in just a minute. But just know for right now, you would start with two. You need one on your right and one on your left. That's what that binary balance says here. This one to the right here, binary balance. So one of the things to understand how to read this is obviously we've talked about PV, you know what that is. Your QDV is your qualified downline volume. That is your what you need to have in order, like total, your total group volume there basically. And then understanding the legs is this one would be you need one line of sponsorship. Meaning if you went into your back office and clicked on organization and then you click on your personally enrolled, you can actually go to the personally enrolled report and then find the GVU tab for now. That lettering will change, but hit GVU once, let it populate, and it'll be all zeros. Then hit it again and let it populate. Once it populates and you can see what leaders on your team have a high GVU, that's their personal GVU, you need at least one that has 1,000. All right. And when you get into one-star director, now you need two at 1,000. You see, so that's two lines of sponsorship. That would be under your personally enrolled team. Click the GVU report twice so that it populates to whoever has the most. And you're looking for, basically, I would look at your top 3 to 5 leaders right now and start pouring into them. That is what you're looking at. You want to build a solid team. The company will only ever need you to get to 3 of those top 3. I'm going to tell you try 4 or 5. Okay, just kind of work with 4 or 5. Okay, so that's what this means. But then understanding your outside largest leg volume, this can be confusing. So I'm going to change the verbiage. It's outside of your largest leg volume. Okay, and it's legs, plural. Because when you hit one-star director now, you need 1,000 volume outside of your 2 largest legs. So what does that mean? You go back to the report I just shared with you, your volumes and then your GVU, populate it. This is for your personally enrolled only. You take out the top 2 in that line, the top 2 that have the most GVU, and you remove that volume and you add up all the other volume below it. So if you ran your report, you could just do, select all and see what you are. You need at least 1,000 outside of your 2 largest legs. So minus the 2 largest legs volume and then outside of that. Now the binary balance here would state that you need at least 1,000 on each team. Now remember, we use the word leg. It's going to get confusing here. It's teams, your right team and your left team. You need 1,000 on each side. Okay, so that's where if you were building correctly, see how one-star director needs 2 at 1,000? You would be fine because you'd have one on either side. The binary balance is if for some reason you have 2 people on one side that are building strong and you've got your 2 leaders, but your other side doesn't have any leader yet, you can take the combined volume on that other side, the other team, and as long as it's 1,000, you're fine. You just need to balance. You can't have, the whole point of this is that you can't structure with, one huge leg or one huge team side, okay? All right, so you can see here, this is just showing you the progression here. I'm also showing you the level earnings bonus. So you can see, once you hit one-star director, you start earning you start earning on 3 levels at one-star director. So 7, 5, and 1%. And see this breakthrough, the binary bonus, this is your weakest leg. And so for 3-star manager, you start earning a binary bonus at 5%. Up to 1,500 max per week on your weaker leg, 7% for one-star director, 9%, 10%, right? So it goes up. So you can see that the maximums go up, 5,000 for 3-star director. Okay, so again, you can kind of start seeing where you're placing now. You could go into your back office and see like, what is my GVU, which is going to translate to QDV. And if you are, say, at a senior director now, you might be a 2-star director, right? Meaning you've got 10,000, you're at, you got to make sure you have 2 lines of sponsorship, right? Those are your enroller lines, your volume legs. You need 2 of them at 2,000. And outside of your 2 largest legs, if you remove that volume, you need at least 2,000, and then you have to have that binary balance. So that's where it's creating a more sustainable growth pattern for us. And again, with the three-star director, you're just doubling that. So you can see the number 20,000, two at 3,000, 3,000 outside of your largest leg, and then a 3,000 binary balance. Okay, so then when you move into the higher ranks, you can now see that it just is, again, you break through into that executive and you're going to get a $5,000 bonus. And again, it's paid over two payments, but it's amazing that we're even getting these bonuses. And just know that this now becomes how we're moving forward. Again, it's just showing you what you need to have in those ranks. So you're welcome to take screen grabs of these. All of this information will be in the new patch manual, so all not to worry. But this is where it's fun because now you can see even, looking here, the binary bonus you could see is still $25,000 per week maximum. So we didn't remove that. It's still, you can get up to that. And that happens at basically the top two tiers here. Okay, so let's just spend a couple minutes on this one because I'm so excited about this one. The mentor matching bonus is a specific program to help you as a leader help people deep into your organization. Okay, this is not a situation where, oh, I can only help a couple people because I don't get paid on them, right? This is a problem in our industry that we have a hard time where it's like, man, I'm helping someone that's like 500 levels down and I make nothing on them. Literally, that's what happens. Okay. And so the company really wanted to honor the fact that we want to build, like I said, sustainably, but we also want this beautiful team spirit, this atmosphere of helping each other. And this is where this gets really interesting because each maximum that you see at the bottom there is per brand partner. That's not a weekly maximum, it's per brand partner. I know people who have, I don't know, personally enrolled 10 to 18 senior presidential directors. So they would be making the maximum on each of those brown partners, and it wouldn't really necessarily, like, you'd have to look at where they are. Now, depend if they're personally enrolled, yeah, I mean, that's crazy because that would be their generation one, 20%, right, on their bonuses. They're basically it's their binary bonuses. Okay, so we're matching on that. But when you see the example, and you can look in the PDF that LifeWave sent you and see the example they gave, you could be a lower rank and make a ton of money on a higher rank because you helped them get there. Okay, so what does this look like with compression? These are not levels. Level would be generation one is your personally enrolled, generation two is their personally enrolled, generation three is your, like, that's what a level is. This is a generation of one-star directors and above. So first and foremost, in order to even earn on mentor matching bonuses, you need to be a one-star director or above. Okay, so if you are there or if you're working to get there, good job. That's what you want to get to, because then you look at your organization, not people that have put people under you, right? Your actual people that are in your generations. And you would say, okay, I've got Sally here, and she's a manager. She's working, but she's not working as fast as the person she enrolled. And the person she enrolled is now a two-star director. Like, she ranked up pretty quick, and now she's a two-star director. Guess what? That person under your personally enrolled is technically your generation one. We compress out anyone who is not a one-star director. So now let's say that person is right. That's technically your level two. So that sort of makes sense. But let's say this person, the next one-star director in her line, isn't fit for 50 people down. 50 people down. There might be managers in there, but no one-star directors above. And now all of a sudden, 50 people down, there's another one-star director. That is now your generation two. I mean, it's endless. You could go down 5,000 people, and that would be your generation six. I mean, we just don't know. It depends on where people are in that line. And it's not just that one line, it's every line you have. Every line you have of people, and it just, first generation would be in that line of people, the first one-star director above, and then under there, again, you go down as many people to get to the next one-star director above, and that would be generation two, generation three. You get what I'm saying? So when I say this mentor matching bonus is a game changer, it's because the company has said with compression. I don't know of any company on the planet that has done this. Okay, so this is huge. And this is something that I want you to understand that this is one of 9 ways that you're going to get paid. Okay. So it's pretty exciting. All right. So this was your brand partner education quick 30 minutes. I hope it has been helpful. I'll stick around for questions afterwards just because I know you're probably processing all this. I encourage you to watch the replay. This is recorded. I will post it on YouTube and the Patch EDU group. We do have our sessions every Monday and Wednesday. You can go to patchzooms.com to come on, and I get a lot of people asking me to be their naturopath, and no, I can't do that. You can come on. Those are my open office hours, Monday and Wednesday. Go to patchzooms.com for more information. If you're on Facebook, I do encourage you to join our Patch EDU group. That is where we, process all this stuff and basically process all the stuff when it comes to the actual patches. We don't talk business in that group too much. I usually save business talks for my own team, but I wanted to get on here and share with you this before Super Saturday so that you got your feet wet, so you understood it. I know a lot of leaders kind of want to see the distillations that I do as well, just because they make it a little bit more simpler to follow. All right, everyone. I was so excited to be able to bring this to you. I hope it made sense, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.